Welcome to the masterclass where we're going to talk about the priority pass master resell right. In this case, this is going to be talking more on $1,000 per day system where you guys are be able to use your social media in order to generate leads and or sales. Now, this is going to be a walkthrough of the entire process so you can get a bird's eye view what the priority pass offers you, and at the same time what will you be building. Now, as we said, and I will show you in a bit, that the main idea would be for you to be able to close $1,000 per day. That is the main goal we want to get, because if you can get between 20 to 30k, it will be golden for you. It will be easier for you to have leverage, to have a team, and to be able to work with other people in doing much more bigger project that can get you to 100k per month or more, which is $1 million per year. Now, for us to be able to do that, you have to have a system. It cannot be done from one day to another. So within this masterclass, I'm going to share you guys the system. Now, before we dive into it and give you the overview, you need to analyze the context. Now, for us to understand that, okay, we need to know what it is that a lead needs to go through in order to become a client. Okay, so that a prospect, a lead, someone with interest, wants to buy whatever you have. Now, if you guys don't have something to buy, if you're looking at this video and say, hey, Ronald, yeah, sure, sounds great, but I don't have something to sell my audience to so that they buy something from me, keep in mind, this is a master resell right offer, meaning you get the entire system and the trainings and the PDF and the courses and the swipes and the templates and everything. Not only so that you can customize it, but more, better than that is that you don't even have to deliver it. Okay, once you generate the sale, you can let my team deliver it for you. Okay, so that you are totally hands-free with 100% profit in your pockets. Now, before I dive into that, what the two things we need to understand here. First, you need to analyze the system to understand how you can sell to people, and prospect that come to you gets the total understanding of how it works, what in what way it will benefit them, and from the same time how they are able to buy it. And the other most important point here is we want to show them the probability of them succeeding. Okay, because we cannot guarantee anyone, and the reason is because you don't control people's work ethic. I don't control your work ethic. By you watching this video doesn't mean that tomorrow you're gonna become a millionaire, or tomorrow that you're gonna put in the work, or tomorrow you're gonna dedicate time to this, because you probably have other plans, etc., etc. Okay, so logically I cannot control you. Therefore, I cannot guarantee a specific result if I don't control you. Okay, so logically, everything depends on yourself and if you decide to put in the work. So with that in mind, I decided this offer to be giving you three things basically. Okay, so the system has cash flow in it. Okay, so you can get quick cash. It has compounding revenue streams, meaning later on, once you want to grow based on other people's effort, you can also do it. And it has a repackaging option, of which, as I said, if you're owner of the master resell right, you can go and sell it for 100% profit or even more than that. Okay, meaning if I'm selling it at $1,000, at $400, at $100, or whatever, you can go and sell it for something higher. Okay, so it's up to you what you want to do with it. So with this in mind, it helps you understand that, hey, not only you can get and make quick cash for yourself, but you can also have a compounding revenue stream on the back end so that you can build up the money as you go. So instead of focusing on volume, you focus more on quality, okay, so that you can build your brand. Now, one thing to keep it real is people don't like to be promised things, people want to be shown things. So therefore, within this masterclass, I wanted to show you the overview so that you understand how it works, how it's going to benefit you, and why it's important for you to build this structure for yourself. Now, since I have studied many organic content, I came to understand as well and to the conclusion of people normally value more when they are a consumer and they consume your organic content. Okay, so they're already a consumer, they're already a customer, and they purchase from you and they see your organic content. That's when they value it the more. If they are unaware of your organic content and they haven't bought anything, most of the time they will be distracted, so they will not have time to sit back and think and plan things out, etc. So that's one thing I want to keep in mind. So whenever you purchase whatever you purchase out there, whenever you purchase it, you want to think, what campaign can I develop in order for me to promote this to the target audience for them to be more excited about implementing it and getting the results. In my case, as I show you the breakdown and the step-by-step flow, I will explain to you how you can benefit from doing that. So this is the basic overview of it. Okay, now we will go more in detail, but this is the basic overview of it. I'm gonna help, and I designed this to help professionals, digital nomads, coaches, and consultants that are stuck below 10K per month. Now the reason I chose that is because a lot of people are stuck underneath that number. So what I'm trying to do is help them go above 10K per month selling their high ticket offer or this master resell rights offer, so that they can build a brand with their audience, but at the same time make 20K or more per month. Not focusing on volume, rather focusing on quality. How we will do that? Well, we do that by, first of all, working and trying to convey our message to strangers so that we grab their attention and then they become a follower. And for all follower, we offer them our lead magnet. And for lead magnet, we offer them an offer to become a buyer. And once they're a buyer, we want to help them build a system of which we get compensated with residual as well. So we get buyer cash flow and residual compounding profits. Okay. Now, if you're a stranger, okay, or someone else is a stranger, let's say someone that visits your profile, etc., most of the time they're stuck below 10K. They're making 1K, 2K, 3K, 4K, blah, 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 something like that. Either as an entrepreneur or as a professional within any brick and mortar business or government business, or they have their own business, whatever. Okay, so they're most of the time stuck under 10K per month. Now, not only that, but they're also stuck with working 8 hours or more per day, and they would like to reduce this to 3 to 4, sometimes 2, even 2. The only way you're able to do that and go from and have a process that goes from stranger to residual income is by reinventing yourself. Now, I'm not saying by, hey, you have to change your look and those type of stuff. I'm referring as to on a digital marketing aspect or side, we need to be able to brand yourself in a unique way. And the only way you're basically able to do it faster if you have things already pre-made for you. And this is where the resale rights come into play. And this is also going to help you where you want to get to, which is the 20K per month. Okay? So with this in mind, we want to look at this system, which can generate us $1,000 per day in simply 5 steps. And this is a challenge I want to give you guys. So right now, if you're stuck below 10K, I want to help you turn your strangers that see your account become your followers. Okay, I'm talking about your social media accounts. I want to help strangers become your followers. I want to help you set up a system that turns followers into leads, a lead into a buyer, and then from buyer build their system up to generate residual so you can make 20K plus. All right, so that is the challenge I want to give you. Now, you already saw by now the introductory course or video training. Now I want to give you the overview the complete overview of it. So by now you already should have implemented the 5 steps in the introductory course, but now this becomes a challenge, meaning I expect for you to complete it, okay, within the next, I would say, 30 days with me, over going through the Priority Pass course, but also over the span of these couple of weeks that are ahead of us. Okay, so if you are down to start the challenge, if you're down to work with me on a weekly basis, I highly recommend you check out the Priority Pass. Okay, because we are going to execute this so that you can have maybe like 5 to maybe a week, 5-7 days to implement all of this, and that you can start making your money within the next couple of weeks, so that by the next 30 days you can be cranking in at least 1K and in a minimum. All right, so let's break down the flow for you guys. Okay, first things first, you could be good getting followers from social media. This is something most people, look forward to, but it's just the first step of the flow. So what we want to do with this is that we need a system to automate this. And I got the system, of course. I'm not going to go into too much into detail because that is what I do within the Priority Pass course. But right now, what I want to emphasize is the system needs to focus on getting followers from social media into your account, into your system, into your CRM, whatever it is that you have. If right now you have a social media account but you're not generating any leads, you're not getting anyone interested in your offer, no one is coming to you DMing you like, hey, I'm interested in your stuff, how can we chat about it, how can we work together, etc., it means you don't have automation into place. So we want to automate that. Now when I talk about automation, I'm talking about a system that allows you to facilitate yourself at producing content faster, at delegating it if needed, and or by using AI for it. It's up to you which one you want to do. I personally like custom made stuff. I like to manually do stuff. Why? Because I'm like the artist by nature. Okay, so I like to do stuff by myself. Either it's designing, either it's setting up systems and all those things. But probably you guys want to use AI, or if you guys simply want to, hey, I don't want to use AI, I don't want to be spending time, I want to have like a 2 to 4 hour workday, whatever. So I prefer to delegate it, which you can also do. But in whatever you do case or scenario, it's about getting followers from social media into your CRM, and then with that, let them follow your page, okay, before you do that, so that you can automate that process. All right, now once we do that, when we achieve that, we need to turn them into a lead. So most people struggle to getting cross-channel leads due to not speaking directly to a segmented lead. Subscribing to the newsletter. Okay, with this, what I'm saying is what I'm referring to, and for us to think very clearly, you want to turn followers into leads, but the only way you will turn them into leads is by people raising their hands and saying, hey, I want what you have. So we need a lead magnet, and or we need a content that gives people a call to action. It's one or the other. With that, people will say, hey, I want your stuff, or they themselves will go and get your stuff. Let's say you have a lead magnet and you're making a reel, you're making a carousel or a static post that says, hey, I'm just made a video today talking about a masterclass how to turn your social media followers into sales. And if you guys are interested, just comment sales and I'll send you the link, something like that. And then from there, you give them the link and people become a lead. They put their name, email, phone number, etc. And by putting their name, email, phone number, you have someone to follow up with. Okay, so that is a lead. And with that in mind, of course, it gives you an email list of which later on you can send your promotions to, for your offers, for your events, for your merch, or whatever you want to build later on. Okay, but we need a system for that. And that is lead magnets, which I already have for you guys in the Master Resell rights, archive in this case, and you can only get it within the Priority Pass. So for those of you who want to make your life easier, not only we will be building the system within the 5-step challenge, but you also get to access the archive and the Notion platform, etc., which again, below this video you'll be able to see that example as well. Anyways, so when we talk about this, we need to target a specific segment of leads. And I said a segment, meaning you have a general audience that becomes your follower, but from that general audience, normally anywhere between 1 to maybe 40% of them are kind of like in the industry that you want to work with. And from there, probably 1 to 3% of them are kind of interested in what you have to offer. Okay, it's always the case. So the idea here would be to attract that 1 to 3% that are ready to buy and that have an interest and keen interest in you as the individual, you as the brand. And with that, it's easier to close them on a high ticket sale. So how do we do that? Well, we use a lead magnet, and from there we only focus on filtering the audience before we speak to them. Now, I'm not talking about speaking to them on the phone, because that is not what we are trying to build here. What we are trying to build is a lifestyle business where we have freedom. So what we need is a form, like a survey style form, where people put in their details and tell you what they want. And because they tell you, they give you specific and clear details, you are able to go and use those details to give specific and clear offer for them to say, yes, I want that offer. Why? Because it's catered toward them. It's custom built for them. Now, it doesn't mean that you're gonna custom build a program or an offer, a course, blah 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 for that person. What it means is that you're customizing the message to fit what they want, need, etc., based off whatever offer you have to sell. If it's a program, if it's a course, high ticket or low ticket, doesn't matter. Okay, so that's the strategy behind this, and this is how you turn the lead into a buyer, because you're catering your message specifically to what the lead has answered within the form. Okay, now I'll give you an illustration so you guys can understand it, but this is the basic overview of it, and I'll show you in a bit what I mean by that. But when someone becomes a lead, they become a buyer, and now from the buyer you want to turn them into a long-term, I would say, lifetime customer. So with that in mind, to turn them into a lifetime customer, we want them to stay long-term. Okay, so think about it for a moment. For us to turn them into a lifetime customer, we want them to stay for the long term. We want they to choose us. Okay, if they can choose us, we don't have to put in the effort. We don't have to run after people. We don't have to be calling people. We don't have to be cold messaging people. You understand what I'm saying? So in other words, if I'm an interesting individual, people will gravitate towards me. If I'm an interesting brand, people will come to me. If I'm communicating properly my value to them based on the form they fill out, what happens? People come to you. They want to work with you. They try to reach out to you. They try to DM you. They come to you and say, hey, I have this. Do you want to do something together? Okay, so that's the main idea. You become the go-to person because no one else is catering the message to them. No one else is showing interest in them. So with this in mind, you become the long-term partner that they are seeking. And because of this, the MRR system, which is the Master Resell Rights system that I'll talk to you about, has this built in. Okay, I will explain to you guys later on within the Priority Pass course. But the idea here is we want to build residual income based on one or two activity that we do. And that activity does not cost us extra effort and or extra funds in order to deliver because we have it built in the system. Okay, from one, we get a buyer, which is a cash flow. From two, or the second side, or the other side, or the other side of the coin, whatever term you want to use, we get residual, which is from the efforts of the people that bought from us. Okay, now once we implement all that, to give you a bit more understanding about the details in the challenge. When you guys enroll, and you're looking at the video, when you enroll right now in the Master Priority Pass course, which is the Master Resell Rights course, you basically have two type of income. Okay, so you have the buyer income, which is easy to start with, easy to set up, very simple to grow it. But then you have the residual side, which is the JV. JV stands for joint venture, meaning someone else joining you in order for them to start promoting their stuff. But you are getting a percentage of their revenue. This is how you grow. It's like you become the bank. So you're lending your priority, or sorry, not the priority, your intellect property, okay, your IP, which is your brand, your ideas, your course, your program, whatever. In this case, I'm giving you guys master resell right to my IP, which is my intellect property, which is all this design, presentation, blah blah blah. So you guys can go and sell it for 100% profit. When I give you this, it's not only easy to set up, easy to grow, so you're getting income or cash flow, but it's easier for you to also get residual because other people that go and do the same will give you a percentage from it. How much is that percentage? Well, it can vary from anywhere from 10 to 30%. So think about it. Every $100 that the person makes, you get $30 from it. Okay, that is as hot as it gets. Okay, now you're probably thinking, no, I want 50%. Oh no, I want 70% or something like that. Okay, of course, I'm giving you 100% upfront from my IP, okay, my intellect property, but you're also getting on top of that, you're getting 30% extra from the effort that your clients are doing. Okay, so this means you're actually getting 130%. All right, so and again that 30% return is gonna come over and over and over and over every single month. Why do I'm saying that? Because it's based of the entire revenue of that client's revenue stream, whatever they're selling. It might be PDFs, it might be course, blah blah blah. Okay, so this is basically what it is. Now, in that idea, in that context, part of the 5-step flow, you need that focus the most on, okay, is the part that most people fail at. And that is because most people don't know where is it that they're failing in order to turn followers into leads. And I find it a bit strange that people think about or fail with it, but it's very simple, to be honest with you. So as I said previously, it's a place that most people fail at. But for me to explain it to you, it's very simple. If you want to turn a follower into a lead, the only thing you have to do is ask. But in order for you to ask, you have to provide value. Okay, so the idea would be get a follower, and with that follower, you build value. So like and trust through the value content. And basically, in the content, you just ask, hey, do you want what I have? They say yes, awesome, send it immediately. You can send it manually, or you can send it via ManyChat, like a bot, and it can easily send the PDF or whatever you're giving out. In this way, it helps you facilitate the process. And people don't get disappointed of a product or service, whatever you have, if you are providing value. Okay? And then, of course, if you are getting the right person to come within the system and you're attracting them with your content, logically, what will happen? They will turn into a stranger. They are strangers. They will become a follower. They will turn into a lead, become a buyer, and then build residual income. Okay, so this is basically the outline of what will happen, and that, as you can see between the follower and the lead, where the arrow is where you have to focus, because that's where most people fail. People don't fail to sell something. People don't fail to build residual. People fail at turning followers into leads. Okay, so for us to go to the next point, I'm gonna give you an example how you can turn followers into leads and not loads. But anyways, you can see human error. It doesn't matter. I'll still present this. So the idea is don't be something, or the principle behind it. Don't be something to everyone, but be everything to someone. Okay? Now, think of it as a date. You want to be everything for that girl, or if you're a girl, you want to be everything for that guy. Okay? Whatever you side you choose to be on or you are on, doesn't matter. What matters is you understand the principle. Because through stories, meaning your life experiences, you are able to create belief and eliminate certain beliefs, meaning you're able to create new experiences or eliminate bad experiences. How you do it? You have two images over here. You have images from Tom, you have another image from Tom as well, on the left and on the right. The one on the left gives you a lot of details, almost trying to like be pitching you like I'm the best. Why? Because it's talking about I'm a physical therapist, I can help you recover from injuries and blah blah blah. A lot of fluff, I should say, which is not bad, but it's still too much. But then you look at the one on the right side, okay? It's showing you more of a, I would say, clean, straight to the point, funny yet interesting, how you call it, like a headline, you could say, or a statement. I'm the knee guy. Okay, so people like, the knee guy. What do you refer by that? So it's like a bit of curiosity-driven headline, and this is how very easily, only by your bio, you can turn a follower into a lead, because you see that, hey, you can either help people make money, you can turn views into sales, or you can turn followers into buyers, or whatever you want to make that term sound like, but something interesting. And by going through this, you create a strong story. Okay, so grow through a strong story. You need a story. You need something that identifies you, like a statement, like an IP, as I said, or intellectual property. It has to be statement of curiosity. People say like, "Oh wow, I've never heard of that." Sounds interesting. Let me click the link to see what it's about. Or let me chat with this guy to see what he's about. That is what we want to trigger in people, okay? Now that's one way of doing it, but one thing we want to keep in mind is that the other way of doing it as well is that we want to use swipes or templates, okay, or even training videos as a valuable content piece of which we can attract quality buyers that has the intent, okay? So with that in mind, it gives us something we can play with and we can rinse and repeat. So for example, if someone's a follower, I can give a video away, I can give a PDF away, and turn this into an insightful lead magnet in order to turn people into leads. So I can capture email, etc. Okay, so this is the way we do it, either to the content and the bio and these lead magnets. And again, if you guys are inside the priority pass, you'll be able to get the archive and access all of these. You can modify them the way you want. You can add your logo, add your image, add your business name, blah, blah, blah. Or you can use them as is. As you see how they are, you can take them, you can use them. The idea is for you to make money. So therefore, I created this challenge for you to do it within the Priority Pass course as well. Okay, so with that in mind, if you struggle to get any followers, repurpose and retarget your content, okay, to target high quality audiences responding your surveys. As we said initially, when someone is a stranger become a follower, you want to give that follower a chance to become a lead. You can do it through a lead magnet, and or when people put in their details, they can go through a form which they put their details for you to understand what they're struggling with, what their questions are, what niche they're coming from, what they want as a solution, or what they want help with. When you focus on those type of content, meaning if someone says to you, hey, I love Ferraris, I like spending time with my wife, I like walking my dogs, I work in a professional industry, I want to make 10K. You have enough information that you can formulate a short message that, hey, by the way, I saw that you like a Ferrari. That's awesome. I also like Ferraris. I don't have a dog though, but yeah, my wife always, I don't know, tries to convince me to buy one. When you say something like that, responding to their form, it immediately catches their attention. Like, oh wow, this guy is so relatable. Okay, so you come across as different. This is how you focus on the content of high quality responses, because people give you their details for a purpose. They have an intent. And if you can build relatability and or help them out by giving them some kind of guidance, then they will come back to you and say, hey, by the way, I saw you're selling something, or I saw you're doing something. Can you explain to me more about it? That's when your opportunity comes to present them something. And that something is your offer. Okay, so you want to remember this. Always call out a specific person using a clear problem plus specific outcome with a simple call to action. Okay, the call to action doesn't have to be fancy. It doesn't have to be buy my new offer that's gonna give you guarantee that's gonna make you know. It has to be, are you interested in getting onboarded? Do you want to start tomorrow? Or would you like for me to onboard you today? Something like that. Something that says to them like, oh wow, this guy is very straight to the point. I like him. He is very informative about anything that he talks about, and at the same time he's very approachable because he read my form, he knows how to understand me, and he's relatable. Okay, because he has things in common with me. So that's what we want to do. So now that we have that dialed in, we want to ask ourselves, how can we overcome many different objections that we may find out there? Okay, now we want to know how to handle these. So objection number one might be, I'm buying shares or likes or comments out there, and they're getting people to share their content. So they're okay, they don't need your help. That's one objection. Objection number two, I'm gonna run ads to my content, so I don't need your work, I don't need your help, I don't need your agency. Okay, that might be a second objection. Okay, which commonly people tend to respond like that. Or objection number three, I'm gonna work this out alone. I'm gonna do trial and error. I'm gonna test it out myself. I'll let you know later. Or I'm not ready now, so when I'm ready, I'll let you know. Like common objection that always postponing. Now you have the number four. I just joined a writing community to help me grow. Or I just paid someone X, Y, and Z and they're gonna promote my stuff. Or I just found this group where I can share my posts for free, blah, blah, blah. Those are common objections you will get. But the main point here is people will come up with these objections, and within the comment section, you can easily, in a very easy manner, reply them in a way that builds curiosity, but at the same time shows them like, hey, if you're not interested, if this is not the time, super awesome, but someone else would take your spot. That's it. Nothing else. Okay? So you're not gonna try to qualify them, ask them 3, 4, 5 questions, none of that. Okay, because your form does it for you. Keep in mind, we're talking about automation. We're talking about leverage. We are talking about giving you time freedom. We are talking about giving you income freedom. I'm not gonna tell you that, hey, you need to do outreach, you need to send a gazillion messages per day, etc. You can do that, it will help, but that's not the purpose about the priority pass. The priority pass is about scaling in a systemized manner, and of which you can leverage content and or ads. But it's not gonna be that you must do or you will fail. No. If you have a system, it's enough that you can leverage it to make decent amount of money, and if you use it as given to you, you will start seeing that you will make the money that is in this case possible as well with the system. All right, so once we have these in place, how do we handle objection number one? I'm buying shares, blah blah blah, I'm getting people to share my content, so I'm fine. So what you want to tell people, or how you want to handle it, is by basically showing them that paying people for shares and growth is going to cause their brand to dilute. Okay, main reason is they're not speaking to a target audience, they're speaking to a random audience. That's the main reason. So if they study the market, they notice that the only way to build a brand is by building a tribe. And the tribe meaning is a very niche and targeted small group of audience. You're not gonna do it by just randomly throwing your stuff into the public. The public doesn't care, no one cares about you. You have to realize that. Okay? That's one thing. Second, what we want to do is, if someone is running ads, or someone is running some type of content campaign or some type of shout out, blah blah blah, with an agency or by themselves, you have two sides here. If you see the left side, it's like the red circle in the middle with a bunch of white circle on the side. What is the red circle doing? Reaching out to the white circles. Okay, the image on the left side. So this is kind of like when you are, trying to have some type of ads campaign, etc. You're trying to reach a broad audience. The only way this works effectively if you are doing the strategy on the right side, which you have a brand, you have a message, you have a dialed in audience message that attracts a bunch of people. That's when you push it with ads. You do not push something that has no traction organically. Because if you do, you're going to spend a lot of money on ads trying to convince people with your ads. Meanwhile, you could run it organically, get momentum, and with that snowball momentum, you push it with ads, and it becomes a domino effect. People that see you, people are in a red circle, will come to you, which is the white circle, okay, as in the image on the side, on the right side. So this helps you understand that, hey, instead of you running after people, trying to pitch people, you're gonna see that people are gonna come to you, and they are gonna try to convince you why they want to work with you and why you should select them. All right, so that's the strategy here. Now, in that same perspective, if you look at these two differences, you can see one is called outreach, it's spammy, it's hated. From the other side, the right image, you can see it's authentic. You're building a brand. People are excited. People want to buy from you. And this is how you actually build an authentic brand. You can see the gym brands out there. You can see the running brands out there. You can see the clothing brands out there, etc. Most of them are like this. They're authentic, they're exciting, and whatever you see from them, you kind of feel like, oh, I wish I can buy that. Okay? So that is what we want to build with our business. Especially if you're running a master resell, right? You want to make it interesting, okay? Because you don't want to just copy and paste everyone out there. You want a system that works. You want something that gives you income. You want something that gives you time freedom. The only way you're going to get it if you have a system. If you don't, you're going to have to build everything manually by yourself in a trial and error format, and it's not going to work. So for you to do that, you need to handle this objection that I'm gonna work it out by myself. You're gonna show them and say to them like, hey, your knowledge and expertise is important, it's valuable. But if you're trying to wing it, trial and error, it's not gonna work. You need a system. And the system is gonna help you not waste your time, not getting the wrong people, but focusing on the right people and be more effective. Okay? And if you try to do it by yourself, trial and error, let's be honest, you will lose so much potential, okay? Just by trying to do that. So as it says here, not having a system based on results is fundamentally gonna, have an effect on you and your business, okay? So objection number 4, I'm just going to join a writing community, I'm just gonna join a group, I'm just gonna join whatever free school group out there, etc., which makes no sense. Because if people don't have skin in the game, if people don't pay money, they don't pay attention. Okay? It's like you. If you go to school and school doesn't have a consequence, most of you guys won't go to school. Or if you're going to a job and the job is not going to pay you, probably you're not going to do the job. So it has to have skin in the game. You have to work so that they can pay. Or you have to be able to sweat so that you can earn something for it. It's similar when you go to the gym. If you want to get the physique that you want, you need to put in the work. Okay, so whichever part of a life you want to see it, even the entrepreneurs that are super successful, super wealthy, if they want to make money, they have to put their money to work, meaning they have to risk that money. Either they have a lot or not a lot, doesn't matter. They have to risk it in order for it to work for them. If they don't risk it, it's not going to work. So whatever you do, in this case, you can try to shortcut your way, but realistically, you need a proven system. If it's not proven, it's not going to work. Okay? So that's the main thing here. So for us to, I would say, work this flow out or build out this flow, that will be the better term to describe it. Going from stranger to followers, followers to lead to buyer, and buyer to residual, so that we can go from below 10K per month to up to 20K and plus. In order for us to build it out, in order for us to get this going, we need two things. You need the blueprint, which I'm giving to you guys within the Priority Pass course, which has the master resale rights. And we need to build, meaning you need to build your brand. And this is going to help you again establish yourself, your brand, etc. So the Priority Pass, the master resale rights system, will give you the blueprint to help you get quick wins, as I said, cash flow, but also start closing clients to generate sales and recurring or residual income. Once you start building this, you have a flow that you can analyze: sales, system, tracking, weekly checklists, check-ins, you know, all the bells and whistles. Then you can go back to the blueprint, because then you can see where can you focus on improving, where can you focus on scaling, what can you implement, all those details. So that is the game plan. You want to have a blueprint to start off from, but at the same time you want to build upon the blueprint. You want to start an empty land without any blueprint. You want to have an empty land with a blueprint, because with the blueprint you can understand, okay, where can I put this? Should I move it more to the left, more to the right, more in the center, more on the bottom, whatever you want to do. So you can adjust as you go. And with this, my friend, once you're building it, I will be able to help you not only review what you're doing within the Priority Pass course, but also on the weekly calls, I will be able to review that with you. Okay? So that you think about it for a second. Hey, I'm just building in the dark. You're building based on the blueprint, and you're having someone overview with you. So that I can show you, hey, instead of you doing this, do that. Based on your niche, based on your audience, based on your system, based on whatever you want to sell. All right, either you want to sell my IP, which is my intellectual property, or you want to sell your own stuff. Okay. Now, with this in mind, what does the blueprint and the building process consist of? Well, it consists of these things in the middle. You can see checklists, swipes, progress check-ins, accountability, personalized help, and expert oversight. Okay, you have two options. If you click the link below, you will see both options that you have. Now, the idea is here: if you decide to get and enroll and join and let me work with you, and you decide to work with me as well, that will be a 90-day commitment plan. You will have access for life. You can sell this for life. You can earn 100% profit for life. But within the 90 days, we're going to work together to help you achieve the next following outline, meaning for the plan that we want to execute. Between 0 and 7 day, we want to finish the challenge. We want to finish everything: the blueprint, the checklist, the offer, the content strategy, positioning, creating your actionable plan and accountability plan on a weekly basis, what to do, etc., etc. We want to do that within the first week. Why? Because we don't want to waste time. We want to help you get your first sale within 30 days. But within the 90 days, we want to achieve this entire process. Now, within the 7 and 30 days, we want to land the first 5 clients. Okay, think about it. One client at 1,000, it's awesome, but 5 clients at 1,000, that's super awesome because you have 5K in your bank account. Okay, so we're gonna focus on getting those 5 clients within the next 30 to 90 days. We have a full system set up, game plan. We know exactly what KPI. We know exactly what to scale. We know exactly what to improve, where the bottlenecks are, and what we need to do as next step. And the next step is day 90 plus, scale to 100K per month. How do you do that? Well, you do that by first having a system that generates you $1,000 per day, because then you can easily push a bit of ads behind it. And I'm talking about a low budget. And based on that, you can be able to earn a much more higher percentage, not only by the people that became your clients and you're earning a residual, but by pushing more people through it, you tend to see, hey, your percentage is growing, your percentage is multiplying. Instead of having one person give you 30%, imagine having 3, 4, 5, 6 people. And if you're aiming for the first 5 clients, logically, you will have your first 5 sales, but at the same time, 5 people giving you an extra 30% of their revenue. Okay, so think about it for a moment. This is just compounding as a snowball effect, and that is what I want for you guys. Okay, I want you guys to get a taste of what it is, not only to have a system, but also to make money with the system, and then be able to scale the system so you can become a legitimate digital nomad creator, someone that creates, someone that travels, someone that has no border barriers, and someone can work from anywhere around the world. So this is the plan I have for you guys, and I'm hoping that you guys and check it out that below. You have a video walking you through the Notion, through what's in the Notion dashboard as well. If you guys are ready to continue with the 5-step challenge, I recommend you guys to check it out, the link below. You will have an able to, sufficient days to set up with me, set up by yourself, follow the blueprint, ask your question. I will jump on a calls with you as well to show you around, show you how everything works. You have a full complete master resale right of the priority pass. It's 100% profit within your pocket. You can put it at any pricing that you want. And at the same time, of course, you will be having access to me. So if you're interested in working with me, if you're interested in collaborating as well, I will be also doing and designing much more than only this course. You will tend to see we do video editing, we do merch design, etc. And all of those are part of the behind the scenes of working with clients as well. So if you're interested, check out the link below. I look forward to working with you. Look forward to learn about you and get to know you as well. So we will see each other inside the Priority Pass course. Take care.